What's poppin'? It's DJ Miss Jess, and you're here with the Red Kool-Aid Podcast YouTube. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I also appreciate you guys for tuning in to any other episode that you have listened to. All of my faithful listeners and viewers, appreciate you guys, man. I really do. Also, on the YouTube, I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I would appreciate that, man. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart for showing the support that you guys do show. But right now, we're here to talk about the TaxStone troyave situation. They're about to go to court this month. I've already spoken on the situation with the troyave and TaxStone situation. Go back and listen to some of those old podcasts. Yeah, my views have changed a little bit on the situation, but today I'm not going to get too much into that point yet because I want the trial to start first. Because there's a little bit more information that I feel will come out regarding this whole situation with Troy and Tax. So I don't want to necessarily get completely into what I'm thinking and feeling right now, but what I do want to touch on is the fact that they are going to court this month, and the fact that some people are giving Troy a hard time, and they've been riding them. And also I want to talk about Nore for a minute. Everybody in DrinkChamps, shout out to DrinkChamps, giving him a hard time for interviewing him, and I'm like, I don't understand it. Because when we start to break down this case and everything that goes on with it, again, there's more, put it like this, there's two sides to every story. I don't want to get into too much right now, again, until the trial starts. We get more information and I can fully give my side of it. What I will say is TaxStone was one of the first podcasts I started listening to, along with DrinkChamps. And of course, Joe Budden, literally, and Brilliant Idiots. Those were literally the first few podcasts I started listening to years ago, back in 2016, which is what prompted me to also start mine back then in 2016. So I respect Tax and I respect Troy for what he does, They hate each other for whatever reasons. And again, I'm not going to get too much into that until the trial starts and we start moving through it. One of the things I wanted to talk about, though, is the fact that they were giving Noreaga, Nore, problems from DrinkChamps for having him on there. And that was Star Brim, who, she messes with Tax heavy. That's her guy. And she ride or die for the dude, whatever. So I'm going to play her on her podcast, and then we're going to come back and talk about that.
Suck my dick.
Hey, and that's how you better say that shit.
Yes, he can suck my fucking dick. You go against TaxStone, you can suck my dick.
And that's
period.
The same way I feel.
Period.
Niggas
Suck my fucking
where my
dick.
Lies. But at the
eat
end
my
of the day,
ass crack. All that. With hair. Eat the hairy ass crack of mine. Suck my toes when it smell like salt and vinegar. Fuck you, Noreaga. I don't give a fuck. Like, he was basically on there talking about, sometimes you gotta hear the other person's side. When it comes to loyalty, there is no other person's side. Like, there is, I don't give a fuck about your side. Your side can suck my dick. I don't care about your side.
There's also no side when niggas is lying. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're saying,
lies.
Saying things that is easily disproven with the same internet.
There's no side when a person is downgrading or talking about or lying about a person who you're cool with, a person who put you in a position to do better. Like, did you forget who brought you to the table to eat? Like, what's going on? Like, I know you went there with an empty stomach.
No.
Nore can suck my dick.
So, that's Star Brim on her podcast talking about Nore because Nore had Troy Ave on the DrinkChamps. And that's really what I want to touch on. I don't understand the problem, first of all. They say, TaxStone had a lot to do with Noreaga getting his podcast and this and this and that and that. Whether that's true or not, I remember when DrinkChamps first started. I was listening to TaxStone first, and then DrinkChamps started after. I'm not going to say that. Well, I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but I'm not going to say that TaxStone was the reason or he brought him to the table to eat as far as this podcasting go. As far as podcasters, from what I know, DJ EFN was trying to get him to do that for a long time because DrinkChamps has been a thing. I think once Nore saw the lane not just with Tax, but with Joe Budden, with Brilliant Idiots, and that was really it. There weren't too many more hip hop. Well, Elliot Wilson and B Dot had their podcast, but outside of that, there weren't too many. So I'm saying all that to say this. I don't think that TaxStone necessarily brought Noreaga to the table to eat. And I don't think that Nore has any loyalty or anything. He's doing his job. He is not supposed to not interview him because you're mad at him because of a situation that you and him got yourselves into. Again, I'll get more deeper into that once the trial starts. I'm not going to talk about much until I get a little bit more information. I do feel a way about certain things now, but again, I'm not going to get into it until we get more information. Again, with that said, Nore has no loyalty to Tax. Like, I don't understand why she was so upset at Noreaga. Noreaga doing his job. He was cool with Troyave way before Tax. So what is he just now supposed to be like? Well, I don't mess with you now because that happened to him. That's corny to me. I can't stand people that really do that. I'm a person who is big on loyalty. I'm big on loyalty. But in situations like that, where I know you over here, I ain't grew up with neither one of you niggas. Neither one of you niggas is like, hitting my jack every day. Like, we not tight like that. Like, you're not EFN or you're not twin, rest in peace, or you're not, any of those guys. You're not Mr. Lee. We're just cool. We're cool. You're not Fat Joe. But we're cool. I mess with y'all. Y'all some youngins coming up. I see you. I talk to you. We cool. Troy, me and you been cool. I mess with you. But when it comes down to the situation of her acting like Noreaga owes some type of complete loyalty to Tax and that he could not have Troy Ave on his show or never talk to Troy again, that's dumb. That's just it. That's dumb. Nore's doing his job. That don't mean he don't mess with Tax no more. Y'all just starting stupid beef, man. He doing what he doing, and y'all bringing up, well, that's just how industry niggas and this and that. Nah, man, he just doing his job. That's how I feel. Unless there's some behind the scenes shit where Tax is like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Let me show you this and this. Outside of that, man, I'm looking at it from the surface, from what I know, just watching podcasts and social media. This is from the surface. And from the surface, that's dumb to even be mad at Nore. Yeah, I know y'all got a trial coming up with this case, and I know that, but there was nothing or no questions asked or answered that's not already known, basically, or that's probably already in you guys' paperwork. So I don't think Nore did anything bad. He just did his job. If it was vice versa and Troy was locked up and Tax was out and Tax would have still had his platform, but for whatever reasons went to DrinkChamps, Nore would have allowed it for him to come tell his story as well. Why y'all mad? That don't make him no rat. That don't make him no nothing. He's just doing what he do. He's not even involved. That's the type of stuff that makes me an introvert. Like, I really don't want to mess with nobody. Because you can't win for losing. You can't win for losing. So how about I don't mess with nobody and then I give my opinion on something. It is what it is. Said all that to say at the end of the day, man, leave Nore alone. Nore ain't had nothing to do with that. This Tax and Troy situation is about to come. We'll see them in court, and I'm going to be watching and paying attention and seeing what's going on with this. And again, I have an opinion, but I want to see more come out in the courts and paperwork before I give any opinion, any more of any outside of any other opinion that I've given. Again, go check out some of my old podcasts on the SoundCloud, and you can hear, what I've been talking about, and then you'll hear what I'm talking about come towards the end of this month, end of the month, and I give my opinion, my full opinion on this because it's good, and I think I look at this a lot different probably than most, and I think I got some good some good views on it. So, you guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I ain't even gonna hold you too much longer. If you stayed this long, I mess with you, I fucks with you. And just hit me up in the comments. Also hit me up in the DMs if you want to. DJ Miss Jetson 3, not the E. 3, not the E. Just hit me up. DM, comment, hit me up. Matter of fact, I'm going to say this at the end of this here. Also, if you did stay this long and you hit me up, how about this? I'm sending out 5 gift cards to the 5 people who comment on my Instagram, DJ Miss Jetson 3, not the E, and who also comment, like, and subscribe on my YouTube. 5 gift cards. Dead ass serious. And I'll also post you guys. And when you guys get it, so you guys send it to me, I'll post it that I gave those out. And then we'll continue to do that. So appreciate you guys for listening to the DJ Miss Jetson podcast, Red Kool-Aid podcast. I love you guys, man. See you guys next time. Peace.